Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to compare the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3 versus the iPhone 12 Pro Max. The Fold 3 released a couple of days ago, and I think this is the right time to compare it with the iPhone 12 Pro Max. If you are in the market to buy a good phone, Apple's best is the iPhone 12 Pro Max, while Samsung's best and also an experimental phone is the Galaxy Fold 3. So the design is very different. The iPhone is a glass and metal sandwich, and we've already seen that. The Fold is a very different kind of a design, though they both have the same kind of a matte textured glass, which I really like. And obviously, the Fold is also a tablet, so as soon as you open it up, it becomes double the size of the iPhone, more screen real estate, while the iPhone is just an old design now with the notch. And before we get into more of the video, to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, and don't forget to like the video. The foldable form factor is not the only differences between the phone. The Samsung comes with dual screens. Both are at 120 Hz. The internal foldable display is a 7.6-inch dynamic AMOLED display with a 120 Hz refresh rate, with an under display camera which you'll be able to see in some angles on the top right hand of the phone. You can keep an eye for that, and the specifications we'll discuss in the latter part of the video. While the outside screen is a 6.2-inch 120 Hz screen with Gorilla Glass Victus. This year Samsung says that it has toughened the internal glass, but it still gets marks with nails as well, so you have to be very careful with them. So there is an IPX8 water resistance to the Fold, while the iPhone is an IP68 with a ceramic shield glass on the top and the back. The Fold has Gorilla Glass Victus on the front screen, and that is the outside screen and the back, not on the inside foldable screen. Now apart from that, I found out that the iPhone 12 Pro Max gets much brighter than the Samsung. Now this might be me or maybe the device, but it is definitely more brighter. Apart from that, the 120 Hz is really fluid, and it is good to have this on both the displays, so you don't feel one is slower than the other like the previous devices or the previous generations. Now quickly going on to the specifications, we are looking at a Snapdragon 888 on the Fold with a 12 GB of RAM, which is really good, and you have two storage options, that is 256 GB and 512. And the iPhone 12 Pro Max on the other hand is an A14 Bionic. The A15 launches with the next iPhone, which is a couple of days from now. It comes with 128, 256 and 512 GB of storage and 6 GB of RAM. So that's the main differences. Now let's look at the screens and see what are the real differences between both of them. Both of them are OLED, Super Retina XDR versus Dynamic AMOLED. But I think that the iPhone does really well, though the resolution of the Fold is far superior compared to the iPhone. So we are looking at almost 1768 into 2208 pixels, while the iPhone comes at 1284 into 2778 pixels, but the density is higher on the iPhone, so maybe the picture looks better. And now let's listen to the speakers so that we can get a good clarity of how the dual speakers sound on both these devices. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So this is my third video of the BGMI testing series. I have already tested the iPhone 12 Pro Max, the OnePlus 9, and now the iPhone SE. So does this phone really live up to its expectation of being one of the cheapest Apple devices? Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So this is my third video of the BGMI testing series. I have already tested the iPhone 12 Pro Max out there with one of the latest processors as well. So this one has an A13 Bionic with the OnePlus 9 and now the iPhone SE. So does this phone really live up to its expectation of being one with a 3 GB of RAM, and it is basically the same phone as what Apple. So hands down, the Fold wins this because it has got those heavy tablet like speakers and they get really loud. The iPhone is not that bad, but I prefer the Samsung here. So the quality of the sound, the bass, everything is better with respect to the Samsung. Now, I thought that it would be better if we could give it another shot with respect to the screen. So we are looking at the same video, but if you look at it, now the Fold has obviously a bigger real estate, but you get that Fold mark on the entire phone. So that's there. The viewing angles are really good, so that's not a problem. But with respect to the overall feel of the phone, you have to be very careful with the phone. It is thinner than the iPhone 12 Pro Max when it is opened, but when you shut it, it becomes like you're carrying two phones. So you need to keep that in mind. You cannot do too many tasks on the outside screen. As soon as you feel as if you want to do something more with respect to any task which you're doing, even like typing, you might want to open up the screen. The other thing is that if you're typing on the outside screen, it is a different kind of typing experience, obviously, because it's a very small screen, and then you open it up and then you have to get used to that as well. So there are a couple of things which you have to keep in mind. Though this product is very experimental and the iPhone design is what we have seen always, but Samsung is doing really well and I definitely recommend this phone. You can go and buy this phone right now and you will not regret it. So that's where we are with these phones. Now let's look at something more interesting, which are the cameras, where I think the iPhone will do better. And while I was talking about this, I have opened some applications, so you'll be able to see the speeds of the phones as well. Jumping into the cameras now. Let me throw the specs at you so that you can get a better idea of how and what are the differences between both these devices. So the Z Fold 3 is a 12 megapixel wide, a 12 megapixel telephoto with a 2x optical zoom, a 12 megapixel ultra wide. So the Fold has a under display camera when you open the Fold. So with the bigger screen, it has got an under display camera which is 4 megapixel and it is basically okay for video calls, nothing more. On the outside screen, you have a 10 megapixel wide. Now let's go on to the Apple. The iPhone has a 12 megapixel wide with sensor shift stabilization, 12 megapixel telephoto with 2.5x zoom, a 12 megapixel ultra wide, a LiDAR sensor, and when you go to the front, it is a 12 megapixel wide again. Now both record at 4K 60 with the maximum, and with the front camera 4K 60 with respect to the iPhone and 4K 30 with respect to the Fold. So these are the cameras. The modes obviously are better with respect to the Fold. It offers more, but the camera, hands down, the iPhone wins it here. Samsung can certainly improve on the cameras. With that, we are at the end of the video. And one feature which we did not discuss in the entire video was the S Pen support. So the Fold comes with the S Pen support, and for that you'll have to buy an external cover for. So I have not talked about it in the entire video, but that's available if you're into it. Apart from that, the iPhone 12 Pro Max is still a good phone. The 13 series is coming out in a couple of days, as I said, so you might want to wait for that. With that, we are at the end of the video. Do subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, and if you have any queries, comment below down in the comment section and I will make it a point to respond to you. As usual, thanks for watching.